Hey guys, Mr. Backerberg here. In this video, we're going to look at writing some algebraic expressions. So what we're going to look at doing here is taking some verbal phrases and then translating those into algebraic expressions. So there's going to be key words that we're looking for that tell us what operation we're going to be doing. So in this first example, we're looking at addition. So these keywords in here are going to tell us that there's an addition problem happening. If we see the word sum, or plus, or total, or more than, or increased by. All of those mean that we have addition happening. So for example, if we saw the verbal phrase, the sum of 2 and a number x. Sum is one of those keywords. It means we've got addition happening. So that would mean that if we were to write this out as an algebraic expression, we would take 2 plus x because we're seeing that sum. Or if we saw something like a number n plus 7. Well, that plus in there is one of our addition keywords. So we would take n plus 7, writing that out as an algebraic expression. Now the next operation that we've got is subtraction. So our keywords there, things we're going to look for there, are things like the difference, or less than, or minus, or decreased by. All of those means that we're going to be doing subtracting. So for example, if we had the difference of a number n and 6, we would algebraically write that out as n minus 6. Or if we had 5 less than a number y, we would write that out as y minus 5. Now with addition, the order is not very important. You can add two numbers in opposite orders and get the exact same answer. But for subtraction, you have to be very careful about the order that you're putting things in. So on this verbal phrase where it says the difference of a number n and 6, we need to make sure that we're putting that n first and then subtracting the 6 away from it. Similarly, in this next one, we've got 5 less than the number y. So we're taking the 5 away from the number y because it's 5 less than whatever that y value was. So that's why over here we're doing the y minus 5. That's why we're doing it in that specific order. So again, subtraction, you have to be very careful about the order that you're putting things in. Our next operation is multiplication. So our keywords there, it's going to be times, the product, saying multiplied by, or even the word of means that we're doing multiplication. So if we saw the verbal phrase 12 times a number y, we could write that out as just 12y. Remember, not putting any symbol between the 12 and the y. That means that we're doing multiplication in there. Or if we saw the phrase 1/3 of a number x, that of means we're multiplying these together, so we can do 1/3 times x, or 1/3 x. Our last operation is division. So if we see the word quotient, or divided by, or divided into, those are going to tell us that we've got division happening. So if we see the quotient of a number k and 2, now there's two different ways to write out division problems. One of them is as a fraction. So if we see the quotient of a number k and 2, we can take k over 2. Or if we want to just use a division symbol, we can take k divided by 2. But remember, that fraction bar does mean divided by. Also, if we saw x divided by 4, or it could also be written as 4 divided into x, we would be taking x over 4 or x divided by 4. Again, those mean the exact same thing. Now, just like we saw with subtraction, division, the order is also very important. So we need to be careful about the order that we're putting things in when we're building our fractions and when we're using our division symbol. So what number is going on the top of the fraction, what number is going on the bottom, or if we're writing that out with our division symbol, what goes first and what goes second. So we've got ourselves a few examples to look at here. The first one is 7 more than a number b. So that more than, those are some of our key words. And more than meant that we were going to be doing addition. So as we're translating this into an algebraic expression, it should say 7 plus b. Now our next one says the product of 11 and a number x. So we're looking at that product, and that's one of our keywords. Product meant we were doing multiplication. So we're supposed to multiply 11 and x together. Now I can just write it as 11x, not putting any symbol in between those means that we're doing multiplication. For the next one, we've got 70 being divided by twice a number m. So we've got some division happening in there. I'm going to write this out as a fraction. So I'm taking 70 divided by, meaning that I need to put 70 on top of my fraction. Now we've actually got two things happening on the bottom here. We've got twice a number m. Twice means that we're going to be doubling this number m, or doubling would mean that we're multiplying it by 2. So on the bottom of my fraction, I'm going to put 2 times m. So 70 divided by twice a number m is 70 over 2m if we're writing that as a fraction. Now if we're writing that using a division symbol, then we would do 70 divided by 2m. Then for our last one here, we've got the quotient of a number n and 15. Quotient, again, means we're doing some division. We do have to be careful about the order that we're putting these in. So if I'm building this fraction, since n comes first here, I'm going to put n on the top, and we're taking the n and we're dividing it by the 15, so I'm going to put it on bottom. If I write that out using a division symbol, it would be n divided by 15. Just a few more examples here. So the next one, we've got 4 multiplied by the quantity 6 plus a number n. So we've got some multiplication happening, and we're taking 4 times something. Now, this quantity, this is something that we haven't looked at yet. When you see the words the quantity, that means that we're going to be using a set of parentheses, and whatever comes after that is going to go inside of the parentheses. So we're taking 4 times a set of parentheses, and inside of those parentheses, we're supposed to have 6 plus a number n. So 6 plus n inside of those parentheses. For the next one, we've got 3 times the sum of 7 and a number y. Now there's a lot going on in here, and we're going to use more parentheses to help us out. So we're taking 3 times a sum, which means we're going to add a couple of things together. Now, based on the order of operations, we're going to do this sum first. So I need to put that stuff inside of the parentheses. So I'm going to take 7 plus y inside of my parentheses. And then for our last one, we've got the difference of 22 and the square of a number m. So the difference means that we're subtracting. The 22 comes first, so I'm going to put the 22 first. So 22 minus. Now here we've got the square of a number m. Now remember, square was the special name for one of our exponents, and that's a second exponent. So I'm going to take m, but then I'm going to put a 2 exponent on it. That's m squared. So we have 22 minus m squared as our answer on this one. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching.